Welcome to the Careers of Digital Media and IT Direct. Today, we'll be taking a small look into the career options after DMIT software programming, DMIT animation, and one surprise specialization. We believe it is important to be informed on the opportunities a DMIT diploma presents. For each specialization today, we will be having a light overview of what you will learn in the DMIT program, a list of job opportunities you would receive upon graduation, and then we'll break down one job with the job's description, responsibilities, potential employers, salary, required hard and soft skills, and job options further down the career path. We want you to be able to make informed decisions about your future. We want to decrease the barrier for finding information on the opportunities a DMIT diploma presents, and we want you to feel confident in joining an ever-expanding and fulfilling industry. We aim to achieve these goals through the Careers of Digital Media and IT Direct. And without further ado, I would like to introduce Clark.
Thank you, Keenan. So, you're sizing up your post-secondary options or looking for an education to help you change your career. Well, if you're interested in drawing or creating art and animation, the animation stream in NAIT's Digital Media and IT program might be for you. In this program, you will learn everything from the basics you might already know all the way up to some of the standard practices and techniques used in major studios in the industry. Many of these basic skills include how to develop a story, design characters, drawing and modeling, creating special effects, lighting, and editing your creations. This might sound like a lot, but NAIT has spent years perfecting their teaching methods to make all this approachable to newcomers that want to get into the industry. Most people grew up watching animated cartoons and movies, and probably just as many people had the thought of trying to create their own. And this program can make that dream a reality. Starting jobs in the industry are often either an animator, an in-betweener, or a modeler depending on the project you're working on. Animators need no introduction. They are the ones who draw most of the animation based on the art director's story. In-betweeners fill in the gaps between what the animators create to make the animation look smoother. Modelers, although they're only on 3D animation teams, their role is just as important, as they are the ones who create the characters using computer software and make the characters move as intended. Some of the most common potential careers include art directors, animation directors, and key animators. An art director, as mentioned before, is the leader of the project, and it is their job to outline the story and what is shown to the audience in the animation. Animation directors are the ones who coordinate with the art director to put together a team of animators that can deliver the finished product that the art director wants. And key animators work alongside both the art and animation directors to create brief examples of what they are looking for from the animators, usually in the form of a storyboard. Since you're just starting out, you will most likely end up as an animator for your first job. These are the people who tend to do the grunt work on projects because they are the talent who draws and polishes the project. But because this job gets you a lot of experience and insight into how animations are created, the job often has great chances for upward mobility. They need to understand what the art director's intent is, how to utilize the medium the art director chose, and why they chose it. They also need to coordinate and work well with other animators and understand how to create visually appealing art that captures the intended flow and appeal of any given scene. Many skills that you need to be successful in the industry are taught in the course. Skills such as knowing how to use 3D modeling software, understanding the fundamentals of animation, and how to create a compelling story. But these hard skills will only take you so far, as many employers look for people who have soft skills as well, like understanding how to collaborate well with others and understanding how to create something that is visually appealing that complements the subtle nuances in timing and flow of an animation. As an example, I've created this basic flowchart that outlines the potential career paths of a NAIT animation graduate. Although This career progression is common. It is nowhere near static, and it is common for talented or lucky individuals to skip jobs and rocket up the ladder quickly, especially if you create your own animation studio. The three big animation studios that are always brought up when talking about animation are Walt Disney, Pixar, and Dreamworks. All three of these studios have their advantages and disadvantages of working there, but all three of them tend to be considered the gold standard when it comes to industry practices and animation quality. Pixar has the lowest average salary for animators of the three studios, but their higher up jobs and careers tend to pay more than the others, whereas Dreamworks has the highest average salary amongst animators, but they don't have as much upward mobility within the company. So, I hope this part of the presentation has helped you understand the basics of the animation industry and what you will learn in the Digital Media and IT Animation program at NATE. Or, at the very least, it entertained you and taught you something you didn't know about this amazing potential career. And now, on to Abdul.
Thank you, Clark, for that great explanation about animations. Also, the fun fact was really interesting. I always liked Tom and Jerry as a kid, and I don't know how it would have felt if their names were Jasper and Jinx. On to the next, we have Brandon telling us what we need to learn in the industry of software in digital media and IT.
Thank you, Abdul. Now, the jobs I'm sharing are perfect for any graduates of the DMIT Software Development Program. DMIT Software Development focuses on the creation of computer application, teaching students programming languages, and the use of programs and debuggers. Graduates have many opportunities after graduation, such as website developer, creating websites both back-end and front-end, computer programmers building applications, software developers building all sorts of computer software, and more. But for this presentation, I'll thoroughly examine software developers. Software developers create the computer and mobile applications used every day. Generally, there are two types of developers. System developers, who focus on creating operating system software for medical, industrial, or similar means, and application developers focusing on creating applications for their clients and the common people. Be aware that this job requires a bachelor's in technology, which you can sign up for after completing your DMIT program. The responsibilities in this career include developing and testing software to meet client needs, recommending and developing any upgrades, showing programmers the code needed for programs through models, and monitoring quality and performance of programs and documenting it. The hard skills in this career required are programming languages such as JavaScript, C#, and SQL. But the soft skills that are looked out for are problem solving, teamwork, communication, and attention to detail. As an employee gains experience in their position, responsibilities will reflect that. Starting from the bottom, you'll get to junior developer taking orders and coding, to a senior developer with higher expectations and responsibilities, to a team leader managing a group of the lower two positions, then finally senior manager responsible for exclusive level decisions. Commonly, the salary you make in this positions are based on how long you've worked at the establishment, where someone in their first year will make $60,000 a year, and someone in their 10th year would make $100,000 per year. On the screen are some examples of careers in Edmonton that welcome any would-be developers from the DMIT program. That is all I wish to share about the jobs out of DMIT software development. I will now bring this direct back to Abdul.
Wow, software development is a suitable field to get into. I really like how Brandon explained to us that there were two types of software development, the system software and the application software. There are many fields to attend and learn new things. Next, we are going to send it back to Keenan for our final words.
Thank you, Abdul, but it's not over yet. We have one last specialization to show you. And for this final specialization, I'm going to be passing it on to Blaze.
For this part of the presentation, I'll be showcasing the future careers after DMIT game programming. Here are some of the things you'll learn in the program, such as how to code using an object-oriented approach and some various communication skills. And here are some of the jobs that will be available to you after you graduate. For this presentation, I'll mainly be focusing on the game programmer job. So as a game programmer, you'll be writing the code that goes into the games and that brings them to life. It's more of a general role that does a little bit of everything, but you can go into a more specialized position if you choose, such as AI or UI programming. In the DMIT program, you'll learn foundational skills that can be applied to many of these different specializations. There are many responsibilities for programmers to follow, such as writing readable, efficient code and working with other people when needed. These are some of the skills that employers are looking for. Here's a general career path for people getting into game programming. As you can see, there are many different options for people depending on what you're interested in. Here are some salaries and potential employers for some of the jobs I've mentioned. And that's about it for my part of the presentation. So now back to Abdul.
Thank you very much for that presentation, Blaze. I was profound how you explained that there are many options to get into after you finish programming and the excitement of bringing the code you have created into life. Now, we'll give it back to Keenan.
Thank you, Abdul. And thank you. Hopefully you feel better informed and more confident about DMIT. Or you feel like DMIT isn't for you, and that's fine too. All links to our music, research, citations, and images are in the description. And this has been Careers of Digital Media and IT Direct. Hello, and welcome back. Now we're going to go into our web content justification, which is more of a Q&A style paragraph form presentation. I apologize for the density of the slides as I couldn't really format it without making it an essay. But for our first question, what medium did you choose and why? We chose to use this video direct because it is entertaining, simple, and informative. And we believe that appeals best to our web users. For our next question, what kinds of information did you include and why? We included what will you learn? It ties into how DMIT will help you in these careers. Possible jobs and careers in order to broaden the scope and show there are many options. Detail a specific job. We thought it'd be better to focus on one job instead of glossing over many. Responsibilities. Many like to know what they will actually be doing at their job. Skills. Viewers can size themselves up to the demands of the industry and see if it's a fit for them. Career progression. Many like to feel they can progress down a career path, so we inform them. Salary and potential employers. Many get incentivized when they know that they will be paid and who they can work for. How does web content meet the needs of your client? Our skills, what you will learn, and salary sections will appeal to his drive for money and acquiring in-demand skills. Our career progression section appeals to his need to have a career where he can move up the ladder and try new things. Many of our sections cover possible income for the jobs chosen, what the career requirements and expectations would be, and the possibilities of growth in each career. And all of our citations are in the description. How does web content meet the needs of potential website users? We cover the types of jobs available immediately after graduation, and the typical salaries and responsibilities for these positions. We cover some of the important skills you will learn throughout DMIT and how those translate towards the careers. We explain a standard career path for the web users to get a grasp of what their career progression may look like. All of these and others appeal to their needs for independence, financial security, self-fulfillment, and curiosity. And for our last question, To what extent do you believe you matched your client analysis? In our client analysis, we stated our appeals as independence, financial security, self-fulfillment, stimulation, and curiosity. We believe we have satisfied all of these appeals in our presentation. Our creative theme was pretty much spot on. It was direct, it was adirect, it entertained, it had neat colors, and it was minimalistic. Though improvements really could have been made on letting speakers talk plenty so the audience can have time to read key points, we also believe we met most of our goals. And that's it. It's over for real now.